Hi, it's Carrie here saying I'm on the run. Back to reality. We got home early hours of Saturday mornings. I think actually the time we got home was almost 1 o'clock, but we touched down about 11:15, which was about an hour or two after Mr. Trump. So we got to see Air Force One on the runway, which was it was quite exciting actually. Had a mixed bag of a holiday. Mostly I'm looking back fondly, and that's one of my superpowers, is to not to rose tint things, although I do that sometimes, but is to concentrate on the good things rather than the kind of messy things. So hubby's working on that as well, but I do that all the time. So if I had to focus on the bad things, almost everything ends badly. So I focus on the good parts of our moments with the kids and stuff like that. So if, it always ends up in quarrels or fights or like being ungrateful or wanting something more when you've just had the world given to you, or there's always something. So I just like really focus on the lovely moments. So our holiday, my recollections of our holiday are mostly good. We had some fun times playing in the pool, although the kids weren't as interested in the pool as they usually are. They did a lot of kind of hanging about the apartment, which was fine because we were right by the pool, and put a couple of sun loungers on our like balcony terrace thing. So it was really nice. That was lovely. I actually got through some books, which quite often I don't, because I don't like reading in the heat. But it would be kind of shade right up until about 3 o'clock in our balcony, and then I'd do a little bit of sunbathing after that. So that was nice. Food was excellent, like everywhere you went. There's not one place I wouldn't have eaten twice. Like the food was incredible everywhere, and it always is. So I think this is our 4th time there in like the last, I'd like to say 3 years or so. That's our 4th time in Lanzarote. This has been my favourite hotel so far. It's a THB Flora. I can say that now we're home. Nothing special, no frills, so nothing. It was supposed to be self-catering, but it actually wasn't. We didn't have like a stove or crockery or anything like that. We had some teacups and saucers and glasses. There was a bread knife there if you want to make baguettes. There was a fridge there, but there was no kind of microwave or stove or like sink in the kind of what would have been the kitchen area. So that was a bit tough. So we were eating out basically all the time, but we would have brunch rather than breakfast or lunch, and then we'd have our dinner. Didn't snack loads actually, and the kids have actually had less sweets than they usually have. So I'm hoping that kind of continues when they get home. They had some sweets yesterday, but not to the extent of what they usually do. So I'm hoping actually this will be something positive. But absolutely, Porto del Carmen, Lanzarote is our favourite holiday now. We used to go to different destinations all the time, but with the kids it's quite good to have that repetition. So we go to the same kind of area a lot of the evenings, not as many times this time as we did when we went for a fortnight last year. But there's a park at the Porto del Carmen Old Town Harbour. We've started staying around that area rather than down the kind of busier strip, and there's a park there, and we sit and we have a drink, we have our meal, and the kids go and play in between, and we sit there maybe to about 11 o'clock at night, and then that's the only thing, like the walk home is like up an incline like that, so you get a bit of a workout when you're away. But yeah, so it was really good. It was so good on the way home. So I've got 2 excellent experiences with Ryanair. So obviously the way out, I've mentioned in one of my videos before, was through Prestwick Airport, which I will look for more often. It was brilliant for taking neurodivergent kids through. So much quieter. Ground staff are so attentive. The aircraft staff were incredible as well, and we had similar on the way back as well. Didn't have much to do with the ground staff on the way out at Lanzarote, although we did just double check that the kids were down as having their disability, which they were. So we were able to go on the plane as one of the first, which is incredible because we get the kids on and settled, because otherwise it's awful. It's awful for the people around us. They start kicking lumps out each other, and you're in quite a tight queue sometimes, and it's awful. And then there's us, and we end up raising our voices, and it's just unpleasant for everyone around us. So we got on, we get settled, and then when the plane was full, the cabin crew lady came over to us and said, oh, you're down as special assistants. I said, oh yeah. I said, like, the kids don't need like physical help from staff, but you know, if we can go on and settled, it makes such a big difference. She says, listen, she says, the row behind you is free. So we had the 3 and then the aisle seat behind us on the opposite side. She says, the row behind you is free, I'd like to offer it to you. And I was like, oh, you know, thank you so much, that makes such a big difference. And she's like, you know, your life's easier, it makes our life easier. And it was great. So Jamie and Faith sat behind us, me and Harry sat there. We had a whole row to ourselves. I still sat beside Harry because he likes the proximity. But we had that for kind of sitting our bits on and not having to jiggle out when Harry was going out and in and out to the toilet. And Jamie and Faith just had that extra space. It was incredible. So thank you so much, Ryanair. It was really brilliant flights in and out, and has made a big difference to, I think, the way I think about Ryanair. I've always found them comfortable flights. I actually found them one of the most comfortable budget airlines. But yeah, your staff were impeccable. Really, really diversity inclusive, disability inclusive. So yeah, thank you so much. But other than that, back to reality, as I was saying. I need to get out of these long lies. Like, even in a holiday, I've been having long lies, so I think I'll need to start setting an alarm, getting up, because I start my new job a week tomorrow, so I'm going to have to start getting used to earlier mornings again. But yesterday I stayed in my pyjamas all day, but I did get a lot done in the house. Decluttering bit by bit, organising bit by bit. Faith is not going to have her school position by the time we start back, because we haven't gone into mediation, let alone gone to tribunal yet. So we could be months into the school year, so I'm going to have to do some form of homeschooling. She will school refuse. I wouldn't even put her through it. I really wouldn't. That would be cruel. That would be really, really cruel to try to get her to go to a mainstream school. Like, she won't even go to a bar and say, could you give me some napkins or anything like that. So to expect her to go into a mainstream school setting is so cruel. So I will not be forcing that. So basically I'll be working part-time. I'm going down to part-time. My husband works at home the days that I won't be out at work, so I'm just going to have to set her some tasks that day, and Jamie will just have to check him for occasionally. And then on the days that I am home, I'm going to take her to do things like we'll take her to museums, we'll take her to do some exercise, take her outside to do things like try and build her confidence and going into shops and following shopping lists and budgeting and things, skills that she will use and need. And then I'll tie in with the high school and see if they can give me some work for it as well. So it's going to be a busy month or two. Coming up this week, we have the Tutankhamun exhibition at Glasgow ACC, which is supposed to be incredible. It's like a immersive experience, so looking forward to that. Hubby goes back to work on Wednesday, pick up the cat on Thursday. I'll do some nice things for the kids this week, but we are now on a strict budget because we completely overspent on holiday. Bought so many nice things, the kids did, and we did. Kids spent a fortune on Labubus and fake Pokemon cards. Faith's very much into her fashion, but she keeps changing what she likes. So we end up buying a load of stuff for her, and then 2 minutes later she's like, oh my gosh, oh no, I'm a rainbow person. And you're like, oh. So yeah, spending a lot of money on the kids and on myself. I got quite a few little bits since obviously I had my gastric sleeve 11 months ago now. I've lost almost 6 stone. I've gone from a dress size 22 to a dress size 14. I'm happy in this size, but I might go for another stone for Christmas, which does mean actually cutting back, because right now to maintain, I just eat for me normally. Protein first, then fruit and veg, then carbs. Always have a treat every day as well. And yeah, so did a lot of treats. I might do a little haul. I love haul videos. I don't know if you guys would watch that. I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to try it. I still need to try. I bought one of these DJI cameras like a few months ago now, and I haven't even really tried it out. So I want to maybe do like a little social media course in editing and see if I can put together some better videos. But I might do a little haul video, show you some of the bits that I picked up. I did try to support local businessmen, you know, the ones that go around the restaurants. I bought a fake Loewe bag, and not regretting my purchase, because I'm glad that I supported the people that are sending money back to their families. But I don't think I'll use it. So I think that'll hit the charity bag. Yeah. But anyway, I'll show you my little haul at some point when I get another chance to be alone. Faith's just going to be coming home very soon from being out with her carer for 4 hours this morning. And Harry's at soft play with Jamie. So I am going to get something to eat while I can. And it's nice to be back.